President Saab, why are you bothering yourself with the details? You know that when I am there, everything will be okay, inshallah.
Despite the warning, Khan continued to sell Pakistan's atom bomb technology. But his cover was about to be blown. Iran, the hardline Islamic Republic, and another Middle Eastern state with nuclear ambitions. In 2002, an Iranian exile group revealed to the world the existence of an unknown uranium enrichment facility. Six months later, after intense diplomatic negotiation, UN inspectors gained access to Iran. We've reconstructed their investigation. They headed straight for Natanz.
They offered us a helicopter ride from Tehran to Natanz, but we decided that let's take a car. We drove that 250, 300 kilometer stretch from Tehran to Natanz. And with a high speed, it was all the time 170 kilometers per hour when we are pushing, because most of the time it's actually almost like a desert.
When you get there, you realize that the whole complex is very secretive. The major plant will be underground once it's built. It's not yet built, but once it is built, it'll be underground. And above ground, there is a pilot plant under construction.
The inspectors were taken to a conference room and presented with details of the enrichment program. The Iranians claimed they had nothing to hide.
He said that we have developed this all by ourselves. We have used certainly all public information which was available. The project had lasted 5 years and basically used internet, etc. And that's what you see, and this is a genuine Iranian centrifuge.
I went into the pilot plant. I also went into the workshops. Now, in the workshops, they had a model of a centrifuge which they said was an indigenous design of centrifuge. However, when I walked into the room, I recognized it within 10 seconds as the Dutch design of centrifuge that I had known in the 1970s. It was based upon the technology acquired by A.Q. Khan from when he was in the Netherlands.
Suspecting the Iranians were not telling the truth about where they had obtained their centrifuge technology, the inspectors visited other sites. The Iranians claimed that this was just an old watch factory. Their investigation was to reveal far more.
There were boxes and cartons piled up against the windows and piled up against the doors. And very strangely, the janitor could not find the keys for these buildings.
And we realized that some parts of the building had been totally renovated. So all the ventilation system had been taken out, new nice tile floors and walls were in place.
The swipe samples later revealed traces of uranium. The site Kalai had been used for attempted enrichment. But far more worrying, chemical analysis showed the centrifuges could not have been built in Iran. Conclusion: the Iranians were lying.
Then they had to do a hard choice. Either stick to their previous explanations and just say, we don't know where it comes from, or you come with the explanation. And they decided to go for explanation. And then the story started to unravel, because then they said that actually it was not entirely genuine. We had got technology from abroad.
To the astonishment of the inspectors, the Iranians confessed. They had held a series of meetings with the Khan network starting 16 years before in Dubai in 1987. Khan had 3 trusted lieutenants at the 1987 meeting. Tahir, his uncle Mohammed Farouk, and the German businessman Heinz Mabus.
Gentlemen, Dr. Khan sends his apologies that he cannot be here in person, but he sends his best wishes and assures you that we are more than capable of meeting with your request. Please. Now, what you see in front of you are the blueprints for the P1 centrifuge for uranium enrichment.
The designs are European
And have successfully been built by Dr. Khan in Pakistan, where they are fully operational. So, gentlemen, it's simply a matter of how much you're willing to pay.
The Iranians wrote a check for $3 million.
Please.
Tahir's uncle, Mohammed Farouk, took it straight across town to make sure it wouldn't bounce. The check cleared. Khan had helped Iran along the road to nuclear power.
Gentlemen, we are in business. Business with you. Good to do business with you.
The Iranians also revealed that later, Tahir sold more centrifuge designs and components. Price, several $1 million, paid in cash.
Clearly, the U.S. was looking in the wrong place. The Pakistani-Iranian link was off our radar screen. We were just not aware of what was taking place in that channel. And I think that was a considerable failure of intelligence.
It was now known that Khan had tried to sell to Iraq. There was no hiding the fact that Khan had sold to Iran, and details of even more lucrative deals were about to emerge. Libya. In a dramatic twist in 2003, Libyan leader Colonel Gaddafi announced he wanted to end years of international isolation. The bargaining tool, a promise to give up his ambitions for nuclear weapons. Months of secret talks followed, but the joint MI6-CIA operation had set its sights on stopping Khan once and for all.
This group divided up the targets. They divided up the businessmen in the Khan network and agreed which of them would target each of those businessmen to try and turn them, to try and get information from them, to try and eavesdrop on them.
And they soon got a breakthrough implicating Libya. A Malaysian engineering company, SCOMI, had been awarded a contract worth $13 million by Tahir. The factory was told that the specialist equipment